How's it going, YouTube? This is part 2, the U.S./China's turn, the non-combat income and unit placement. Sorry I had to cut the other video short. My wife called me, and then we got to working on the closet project, as well as painting and all other kinds of house stuff. So, this is all going to be non-combat for U.S. and China, because China doesn't have any combat. They're just doing non-combat and unit placement, things like that. So for the U.S., the bomber that bombed Tokyo had nowhere else to land, so it landed in Korea. We also have the fighter here in Midway at a movement of 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 4 is going to land in Korea. Okay, the fighter in Guam, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and land in Korea. Oh, excuse me. Alrighty. The transport and cruiser here is going to pick up a gentleman in a tank and drop them off in the Hawaiian Islands. All nice like. Nice vacation. Coming over here, one mech. Okay. One mechanized will move over to San Francisco, just like so. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. All right. This bomber here. Sorry, I had to double check something. This bomber here is going to fly on over to Midway, like so. The bomber that bombed Paris is going to go back to the United Kingdom. One guy from the United Kingdom is going to move on up to Scotland, like so. I think that is about it for the United States. Let me remove these chips here. Alright, unit placement. The naval base and the miner will, of course, go down onto Korea. Oh, sorry, I had one more non-combat. The 2 subs that were in 19 are going to switch places with the fleet and go on up to 6 so they can continue to convoy. Alrighty. Anyway, back to it. Sorry. A tank and an infantry will go down into San Francisco. Okay, 1 infantry will go down into Central United States. That. And then the 2 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 destroyers, and transport will go down into the eastern United States. So, and we'll give a recap of the U.S. And I'll do the really long and lengthy Japanese turn. Or sorry, Chinese turn. Okay. Alright, so because of, hold on one second, 1, 2, 3, because of the 2 from Japan, US will move up to 57, Japan will move down to 40 for those territories taken. So $57. Yep, $57. Had that correct. And U.S. will collect almost all its NOs. 5 if Allies control at least 3 of the following: Iwo Jima, we own it. Marshall Islands, not Marshall, Mariners. Yeah, Marshall Islands. Sorry, and Palu if Allies control. And thanks to the Commonwealth, we own Palu. So 5, put 2 units in Eastern, put 2 in Western. We own all Alaska, Aleutian, Hawaii, Johnston, and Line. We control Mexico, Southeast Mexico, Central America, and West Indies. We do not have any units in France or Normandy, and we do still control the Philippines. So a total of $30 extra for the U.S. on top of 57. Huge stack of cash. Okay, now for China. So, teammates pointed out to me that Manchuria was supposed to go back to China, not for Russia. So, Manchuria is indeed, for my sake, Manchuria is indeed actually Chinese and not Russian. So, there will be no movements for the Chinese, and we will place one cavalry down in Manchuria. All right. China will collect China will collect its $5. So they have a total of 6 in the bank. And no NOs for China. So, brief recap. For China, we have 3 infantry in Gansu still, and 1 cavalry in Manchuria. For the United States, we have we'll go left to right, or right to left here. 1 infantry, 1 AA, 1 mech, 1 tank in San Francisco. This gentleman was supposed to walk up into Alaska, so 1 gentleman in Alaska. We have a bomber in Midway, a gentleman and a tank in Hawaii. It's a cruiser in transport in 26, a transport in 2032, with a infantry and an artillery in the Marshall Islands. Yeah, Marshall Islands. Philippines still has 2 guys. We have a guy and an artillery in Iwo Jima. We have 2 infantry in Okinawa. In Season 17, we have a battleship, 2 destroyers, and a transport. In Season 19, we have 2 battleships, 2 cruisers, 1 destroyer, and 2 full carriers, which have 1 TAC and 3 fighters. In Korea, we have 2 fighters and a strategic bomber. Going on over here, in Season 101, we have 3 destroyers, 1 cruiser, 2 transports, and a battleship. On Eastern United States, we have 2 AA guns, 2 artillery, 2 infantry, 1 U.S. fighter, 1 French fighter. In the Central United States, we have 2 infantry and 3 mechanized with 1 AA gun. Oh, sorry. London has 1 guy on it, 1 infantry, and then Scotland also has 1 infantry, and London also has the 1 strategic bomber as well. And that is it for U.S. and China. We will be passing it on to UK and seeing if we can keep climbing on this good luck that we've been having. Hopefully. I don't know, Germany's looking pretty scary, and I am thoroughly worried. So, it's been a fun game, a lot of learning experience, and we'll see what's to come. This is Mr. Scrubbert signing off. Keep on watching.